All right, everybody, away we go. Welcome to today's call. It is Friday, August 30th. Laura, holy moly, right? When you're having fun, I think we're having fun, right, Laura?
I know.
It's been one of those weeks, y'all. And we can't wait to share what we've learned with you here on each Friday sales training call. Always exciting to do them because we learn a lot every week and we make distinctions. But one of the things that I would probably start today's call off with is the topic that Laura and I were talking about today was patience. And that is certainly not something I don't think I'd be harming her if I spoke for her as well. But I don't think either Laura or I came out of the womb being very patient people. So I think, it's important to recognize that you have to have some patience when you're in the sales business. There's just no doubt about it, right? So we've been exercising a lot of that lately. And did I say y'all? Maybe Chris. I don't know. Maybe I need an extra cup of coffee. Yeah. Look at him. He's paying more attention to how I talk than what I'm saying. I like it. So anyway, it's important to pay attention to your own patience. And I say that because in sales, I think back to a couple of weeks ago about being in a house where things got very emotional. And it really was my job to stay patient. And that's a pretty high calling, and it's very difficult to do when you're human and you feel very human on certain days, and it's just it's difficult. And but what I would say is that it is very, very much a higher calling. I really do believe that that's the case. It's a high calling to be emotionally intelligent. It is very difficult to do, and I will tell you that if you can do that, you can really solve problems. We see that, Laura and I see that the emotions run very high, especially in the expired world and in the luxury world. Some of those overlap, some don't. We find that a lot of people that have expired are exasperated. They might have been exasperated to start. They might have been trying to control the process too much, and it is our job to, I guess, really just stay in control during all of that so that we can do the best that we can to help that person. I think that's really important to state. Did I miss anything there in our conversations that we could share with them, or you think I'm good there?
No, I think you're good.
Okay, cool. All right, listen, I think some of you were looking forward to being in a hot seat today. I know I got some calls sent to me. Adam Kuchik, I'm pretty sure that you have been asked by me to be in the hot seat. And I see that you have some seller calls. And I know that you have to refresh me. I think your telemarketer's name is Jessica. But when I open up the mics, you're going to have to reaffirm that. And then you can give me a little bit of direction. For the rest of you, you need to speak up and tell me if you have calls that you want me to review. But I would really love an outside sales challenge that you face too. I'm not hearing enough from my principals, my mastermind members meeting, when they're in the field, or their agents who are also welcome on this call. I'm just not hearing enough challenge in the field, especially when it comes to negotiation or deals blowing up and trying to keep them together. There's a lot of good moving parts out there that we could sink our teeth into on Fridays. I'd love to hear from you, but I can't read minds, so you're going to have to come to me. But in the meantime, I'm going to go right after telemarketing. It's a hot subject. Most of us don't do it well, and it's nice to hear the consumer on the other side. I was thinking about that I grew up in the coaching business with this concept of role playing. Well, let's role play, or do you role play? And yeah, all right. You know what I want to role play with? Consumers. I want to hear what's working with consumers and what's not working with consumers so that we can make adjustments to those types of scripts that got us going so that we fall into a more natural conversation, which is unscripted. So it's very important to keep all that in mind, that the consumer is the boss here. We could role play all we want about some theoretical script and say, did you do it? Did you read it? Well, what does the other side sound like? So that's the nice thing when you send me some recorded calls. We can listen to it. We can hear what the consumer wants because we're here to serve them. And the sooner you can stay unemotional during these calls and serve them, I think you're going to find a lot more success. All right, let me open up the mics. Remember, *6 will mute your microphone. *7 will unmute it. If it's loud where you are, do that now. Don't wait, please. Okay? All right, let's get going. Adam Kuchuk, are you here? Adam? Or Adams. I'm also looking for Adams. You guys all hearing me live? Can somebody just say hello?
Yes, this is Jessica.
Oh, there you are. You're the gal I'm looking for. Isn't that special? Perfect, right there. Yeah. Can you reach out to Kuchik and make sure he gets on this phone call, please? How are you, Jessica?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. So I hear great things about you that you're actually making some progress. You're getting some packages out the door. So I have some calls that you were able to record for us. Here's a celebratory of the
Yes.
calls that packages went out to. Okay. So I'm happy to walk through this any way that you want. I don't know that I'm wild about the commercial deal. Is there a commercial one in here? I'd rather stay residential if I could. So I've got a luxury seller, La Cresta. I've got an Onofre rented. I've got a James Bate or Beat. So anything you want me to take first, Jessica?
No, anyone is fine.
Okay, I'm going to go to the luxury one. Let's take a look at this. This is a luxury seller. You want to give me a little background here, what I'm about to listen to?
Oh gosh, if I remember, you know what? I've talked to so many people right off the top of my head. I don't
All right.
remember
Yeah, cool.
exactly which call that is. I'm sorry.
No. You don't have to be. Don't be apologetic. No problem. I was just asking, see if I could get some feeling for it. All right, let me take a look. See here, and
Okay.
yeah, let me grab this and get going. Here we go.
Hello, it's Steve.
Hi, Steve. This is Jessica calling from Paradigm Realty. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. I was just giving you a quick call. I actually saw your house online today, and I noticed that it didn't sell. And I wanted to send you out some information that will help you sell it next time around. And I wanted to see if I had your permission to mail that out to you.
Sure. You can mail it out.
Very good. Should I mail it to the 23905 Clinton Keith Road, number 114?
Yeah, dash 502.
502. Perfect.
Yeah, 114. Yeah, 114 dash 502 Wildemar 92595.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to get that sent out today. And then what I'll do is I'll give you a quick call, probably just at the end of the week or beginning of next week, just to make sure that you received it.
Yes. Okay.
Very good. Well,
Good
my
enough.
name's Jessica, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much, Steve.
Thanks. Bye now.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was good. You have a nice way about you. You have a good tone. You have a good pace. Yeah, it's just there's a happy sound in your voice, which I like, and I think it's pleasant. I think the only point where it sounded like not your natural voice was after he said yes. It sounded a little bit more contrived, whereas I really like. And this is a subtlety. It's just it's a nitpicky thing that wouldn't make any kind of a big swing difference, Jessica. But like, oh great, you don't have to do that. You're so good at this tone that you don't have to do that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's just because then it almost sounded phony to me, right? Where it sounded so
Right.
authentic. And again, I'm looking for subtleties because you're clearly good at this. All right. So I'm going to go through these subtleties, but again, hear me say, I loved it. I thought it was really succinct. Yep. You cut to the chase. It was straightforward. You didn't try to do too much. You just got the job done. And even when what I liked about you, and I want everybody to pick up from you, is at the tail end of it, instead of trying to go for more, he was moving along. And he had given you permission, and that was all you were going to accomplish with this guy right there. So you didn't try to push too hard. He was trying to get off the phone, and you might have agitated him had you done any different. I think you sensed that. I don't know if it was conscious or subconsciously you sensed it, but you did a good job and you adjusted. I thought that was really good. I liked
Thank
that
you.
yeah, you're welcome. I liked that you didn't try to do too much at the end. That's my point to you. Okay. Now let's come back to this. Hang on one second. Somebody's wrestling with the microphone. Guys, *6 me if it's going to be loud, okay? Okay. Adam's on Facebook. Okay, hopefully he can hear. So Jessica.
I'm here.
Oh, good. You're there. Okay, pal. Perfect. All right. So Jessica, let's go back to this now. I think the language now, the next higher level that you could get to is trying to stick to the language specifically until it becomes conversational. Here's why. I think you actually articulated perfectly the underlying thing that we train on here, which is especially one that was very clear to me that it almost sounded forced, is I wanted to get your permission to do that. Sounded very formal, a little bit dramatic. It was effective, Don't get me wrong. And I'm not so sure what I'm going to suggest is better, but I would have liked you to stay in more of that conversational tone that you're so good at, which means what? You would have said, may I do that? Right?
Okay.
That's it. Like talk to these people like they're your friends, because that's the way you made me feel with your tone. Okay. And so that was one example of it. Now I'm going to go play it again. I'm going to stop it where I hear others of language that could be subtly better. Nothing dramatic here. I repeat, this was a very good, effective call. Here we go. Hang on.
Hello, it's Steve.
Hi, Steve. This is Jessica calling from Paradigm Realty. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. I was just giving you a quick call. I actually saw your house online today, and I noticed that it didn't sell. And I wanted to send you out some information that will help you sell it the next.
Okay, so we have found that something a little bit more complimentary, like I saw your beautiful house, and I noticed that it didn't sell. You can test this again. You don't need to say online because it's a little bit more intriguing. You leave them wondering a little bit and leaning in a little bit more. Super subtle. Okay. But you may be letting them lean in a little bit more when you simply say, I saw your beautiful house today and I noticed that it didn't sell. It gathers a little bit more time in your direction versus saying, I saw it online and I noticed that it didn't sell. And there's no complimentary, adjective in there. Beautiful, pretty, gorgeous. I mean, any of those things are complimentary. And again, especially where you're working in Temecula, it is pretty. It is beautiful. There are beautiful houses there. And so I think, remember that this is all about the hero of the story, and there's nothing that introduces you better than a compliment. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, because Jessica, your tone is friendly and familiar. So you're going to get away with this. When I say get away with it, that's not even the right way. It's going to sound like you. I mean, your tone is already there. Put the language in to match it. Hey, Danny, I saw your beautiful house online and I noticed that it didn't sell. Empathetically. So the underlying feeling here is empathetic because we are. That's what we do for a living. We go looking for people that have stumbled and fallen and that we're trying to get there. I saw your beautiful home online and I noticed it didn't sell. That's a bummer.
Got it.
Yeah. And again, it's more, I want to match your beautiful tone with, I think what I've learned by listening to enough of these is better language that makes it more conversational and complimentary. And this is the hero. Okay, let's keep going.
Time around. And I wanted to see if I had your permission to mail that out to you.
Right there. May I do that? Just succinct, to the point. And it says the same thing. May I do that is permission in the prettiest way. Again, language. And I'm not talking about being flowery or phony. I'm just saying, may I do that? May I do that?
It's very
yeah, it's precise, concise, to the point. And it says, may I have your permission? Without saying, may I have your, I wanted to get you, all this drama of the longer way to say it. The least amount of words we can use with the right tone is typically more effective, especially this guy, because he's moving swiftly and he's waiting for you to get together. Still, the chunks are perfect. I think it's just subtle. Let's keep going.
Sure. You can mail it out.
Sure. Like you had him. It's very difficult to say no to you in that moment in time. And that's kind of that epiphany that he has. Sure. Right? Great. Let's see where he goes.
Very good.
There's the one. Very good. Like that was my point. That didn't sound like you. Everything up to that point was so conversational. And then there was this sort of very, like, it sounds.
Yeah.
It sounds.
You should have said like down.
Yeah. Downbeat.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Should I mail it to 102 Main?
Exactly right. It's super subtle. But listen to him, because he said, well, sure, great. Okay. And when you say that, I think he goes back to another place. Let's just listen to his tone, the next words he utters.
Should I mail it to the 23905 Clinton Keith Road, number 114?
Yeah, dash 502.
Yeah, it's interesting how he gear shifts into a whole different like tone himself. I don't know that what you said, I'm nitpicking. This is such a good call, but I just want to make you the best that you can be, even from an awareness standpoint. Let's just keep going through the end of it.
502. Perfect.
Yeah, 114. Yeah, 114.
See that? Perfect. Very good. Perfect. Those are weird word whiskers that you, of all people, do not need. You know what I mean? Like now it's matter of fact.
It's almost like you're revealing that you're excited he's agreeing with you.
Yeah.
And you're giving that away, which is making him like, okay, he's dialing up his D now and is saying like, boom, 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 like I'm ready to get off.
Yeah. Yeah. You hear that, Jessica, in this call?
Yes.
It's so interesting that, and these I mean, 3 words have changed this call in the latter half of it.
Right.
Very good. Great. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's just, you're giving him a different vibe than you gave him in the first, and he's changing with it.
4-502,
Right.
Wildemar, 92595.
Yeah, don't talk over him. Don't talk over him. Let him go. Like just listen. He's there. Now it's almost like Laura's right. You're excited. This is happening. The package is going out. And now you're interfering with his flow and it's agitating him. Watch.
Perfect. Okay, so
There's that word whisker again. Now we've said perfect twice. What's perfect? That's dramatic. I just took your address. What's perfect about it? See what I mean? Those words are these little whiskers that hang off of the meat of what was really good. Keep going.
Get that sent out today. And then what I'll do is I'll give you a quick call, probably just at the end of the week or beginning of next week, just to make sure that you received it.
Yes. Okay.
Very good. Well,
Good enough.
my name's Jessica.
See, he wants out of Dodge now, and you're still going. Like just boom, you did your job. I mean, I told Adam this the other day. That's a good call. That's a good call. Like when that happens, you did step 1 of the quote unquote job. You did the best you could with this guy in that moment in time. Now you see, and you can listen to your own calls, finding all those little things that are getting in your way. Because here's maybe what will happen in the future. We have to listen to some more. Is that when you eliminate that, that second half and you just keep it all business with a positive tone, maybe you can ask is, great, I'll give you a call to make sure you get it, right? Now you're not asking permission. You're saying, I'm going to call you to make sure you got it. May I do? No, too much. Now we're like, the may I is a trigger to get the yes, you got it. And then I'm going to send this to this address. Is this right? Could you confirm it? Yep, super, great. I mean, I get that you're saying those things. If they're real in your tone, say it. But those were more contrived, okay? They were different than your other tone. Get through it. And now say, I'm going to call you next week to make sure you get it.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time. Done. Unless it's somebody who is like, well, what are you sending me? And where are you from again? Now they're saying, well, wait, don't hang up yet. I want to know a little bit more about you, what you're sending. Now you might be able to ask, hey, what happened? How come it didn't sell? Or why were you trying to sell it in the beginning? I mean, any of those are relevant to them and their situation. That's when we could try. I think Chris Egan was saying to Kayla, dig deeper. I don't agree with dig deeper. I say you got this job done. If there is an opportunity for further questions, be prepared to ask a following question that starts conversation. You got the business done. Beat 1, hey, notice that your property, your beautiful property didn't sell. Want to send you some information to help you sell it the next time? May I do that? Boom. Yes, great. Would I send it to this address here or is there a different address? Great. Boom. Right? Next. Wait for them. Are they done? Because you're done if they're done. If they're not done and they lean in, then you can kind of like lean in a little bit, right? So good job. I thought this was good. Let's go back to the next one, okay? Adam, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's really good analysis, and I think everything you're saying is pretty much right on.
Okay, perfect. Let's keep going. Katie Scala, I do recognize that Edette is on here today, if I'm saying that correctly. Welcome, Edette. Glad to have you. All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, Onofre.
Yeah.
Oh, hi there. This is Jessica from Paradigm Realty. And the reason I was calling is because I saw your beautiful house online today, and I noticed that it did not sell. So I wanted to send you some information that will help you sell it the next time. Do I have your permission to mail that out to you?
Okay, again, real close. Good. And he was stumbling on that. What I liked about this one already is he was stumbling, making noise, but this is the place where keep going. Keep your pace. This opening couple of lines is everything to establish yourself. So if there's any place to keep going, it's in that beginning, unless they stop you, because you're forcing them to listen to the stuff that's in it for them. And you did a good job here. Okay. And again, beautiful was in here. So the compliment was in there. Online takes away the intrigue a little bit. Like I said before, I saw your beautiful house and I noticed that it didn't sell. Well, how did you see that? Were you driving by? There's intrigue there. Leave some intrigue there so they lean in. If you say online, you might sound like everybody else for a minute, right? Got it?
Got it.
Okay, let's keep going.
Not right now because that property is being rented anyway, so it's gonna take some time to decide when to sell it again.
Okay.
All right, stop. A lot of you on this call, the telemarketers, are interrupting after your original. And that's where you're trying to do something on muscle. Just let him talk. Let these people have their moment. Even if the first guy was reading his address, this guy's trying to tell you a narrative that when he takes a breath, you can respond to. But if you're tripping over him, he's not being heard, and that's going to change the way he thinks about you. Super subtle, but you can hear it here. Here, let's keep going.
Very good. How long do you have it rented out for?
Good, but let him get the whole thing out. Really good response. Excellent, smart, intelligent response on your part. Just let him get it all out first.
Right now.
I have it for until December.
Very good. Well, I will notate the record here.
Okay, here's where you're going off. December's not that long from now. Okay? So let's see where you go with this. I don't know yet because I haven't listened to it, but let's see where you go. Excellent question. How long do you have it rented for? December. That's not long. That's not long. See, most of these people that we're speaking to are not going to make an immediate decision, and they need to digest what's happening. And we need to get our goods in their hands to help them make that decision if we expect to have a toehold, right? So let's see where this goes, because it sounds to me like you're about to bail out. Let's see.
And then I'll check back with you maybe towards the end of the year if that's okay.
You bailed out. Okay. Say, well, great. That's not too long from now. What I'd still like to do is send this to you so that when the time is right, after December sometime, if you decide not to rent it again, I think this information will help you. See where I'm going? Your job is to now begin to fight through that, because there might be some timing here. This guy, he's rented it. He's not necessarily out of the game, and you want to plant a tree in the middle of his world with Adam's stuff. You follow me? If you're just a phone call down the line somewhere, you're a nobody. You've missed the opportunity to direct mail market to this guy and change the relationship above and beyond all the competitors. Let's listen to the final piece.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, well, have a good day, Onofre. I appreciate your time.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, now what? There's no way for him to get to know Paradigm Realty. Now, what I would do is I'd backtrack with Adam and I'd send it to the guy anyway, right?
Because, yeah, that's what we did.
Good.
That's what he said.
Good. Because our mistake was that's where Chris Egan and Kayla and everybody, that's where you say, oh, great, no problem. We still think this will be helpful information. May I pop it in the mail to you either way? There's no pressure. There's no obligation. That's where you can get into that stuff because you've gone to the second layer because you didn't get an easy yes, but you're still looking for the yes to get the package out the door.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Good. Okay. So you sent it anyway. Now call back anyway. Hey, after we were talking, we thought it was appropriate since December is not too far away. We wanted to send you out some information. that we think is helpful. So just want to see if you got it. So call them back anyway. There's no exact rule to this game. This is the real world. It's malleable.
And then when you call him back, you could offer to set him up to receive sold so he can keep an update of what's happening in the marketplace.
Or whatever. Say, did you get it? Did you get a chance to look at it? And then she could explain to him what's in it is a bunch of properties that were in your price range that sold with the pictures and details and our plan.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to stay up to date on the market beyond just those pictures we sent you, we can set you up, right? And then you roll into it. But to always stay focused on what we are trying to establish is that we are guides, professional guides with a professional plan. And we're going to give you this insight up front because we think it will help you. With or without us is the base thinking. And you have to believe that. So she has to believe that this thing is critical to get this guy to accept. It's critical to his own protection, right? And so if she believes that, if it goes off a little bit, she goes a little bit further into the woods and needs to come up with language, just come up with that. Look at this is really helpful information. It includes some pictures and details of properties that sold when you didn't. We know that's what they want because they've told us, right? Got it? Cool. Very good. Adam, anything on that one?
No, I'm in an airport right now, so it's crazy noisy. I gotta be muted.
Okay, all good.
On that one, we actually did get the package out. I thought it was pretty solid. I mean, because it started off as a rental, but we found out it was up in December, which puts it right in the zone,
For sure.
So I thought that was pretty good.
For sure. Hey, Adam, I think anything inside of 12 months, they should get this. Right?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
As long as there's...
Yeah, that one just went out a couple days ago, so I think that,
good.
Hopefully give them maybe a week to sit on it and follow up.
Yep.
I don't know. What do you think is an appropriate time?
No, I like that. I think that the best avatar or ideal client who has expired is somebody that doesn't make a quick, impetuous decision to do it again. We believe that that's the best client. That's somebody who's interested in a professional, strategic approach, which is our unique selling proposition. So I believe that they get it, they digest it. You call a week in to make sure they got it. I think that's good. I think that's the sweet spot. Because again, a lot of them are not going to make a decision for months to come. And so what we're trying to do is set up the first piece of a long-term follow-up system. So I think you're exactly right in what you said. All right, let me do one more here. Got one more here.
Hello?
Hi, James.
Yes.
Hi there. This is Jessica from Paradigm Realty. How are you doing?
Right away. You see the little word whisker? You see that? You weren't ready for this call. You weren't ready for this call, were you?
Probably not. It sounds like I was a little distracted.
Exactly. I can tell immediately. Are you using a dialer or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one caught you off guard, and I can hear it in 11 seconds. There's a delay in you saying something. You haven't internalized the conversation yet, so you default to muscle. How are you doing? Who is this? Right? What do you mean, how am I doing?
Right.
And I'm exaggerating the point, but you get it. Like, what do you mean, how am I doing? I don't know. I'm busy and I don't know who you are. Right? Now you have trouble recovering. Let's see how you do.
Good, how are you?
Good.
California. They're just so nice to each other, huh? Good, how are you?
Here we
click. Hang on.
I was just giving you a quick call because I saw your beautiful house online today and I noticed that it didn't sell. And I wanted to send you out some information that will help you sell it the next time around. And I wanted to see if I had your permission to mail that out to you.
I like this permission thing. I mean, I've tested both ways. You really own it in this one. It sounds conversational to me, and I don't know that I want to stop you from doing something that's comfortable, but I do want you to split test it only because that's what good marketers and good telemarketers do. They split test language to see what works, a little bit more effectively or is easier.
The flow would be better though.
Me too, but she owned it in that one.
Yeah, no, she did.
It's pretty dang smooth. So it'll be interesting when you split test that to see how you feel. So split test them. Let's keep going.
Sure, you can mail it.
Yeah, it's really hard to say no. It's just really hard to say no to somebody who's polite and says, I have something to help you sell it the next time. This is really, just keep validating that how important this technique is in any kind of sale. Let's keep going.
Okay. So is the best address for you the 53197 Monaco Street?
Yes, but I mean, at this time, I don't even thinking about selling it anymore.
Okay. What happened? Was it just because you had it on the market for a while and it didn't?
Okay. Good. Like, he threw you off with that question. Write this down. Did your plans change? Why did your plans change? Here's why. A lot of people will go to sell their property and they'll try, it doesn't work, and they get frustrated.
And they give up. They just flat out quit. And so you have a case here where this guy has flat out quit. It's what he's done. And he just doesn't believe that anybody can help him. Maybe. I'm not saying this guy, but that happens regularly. All right? So let's listen to him. Let's keep going here. Hang on. Let me come back to it.
Sell, or was there a different reason?
That and we took an offer once and we went to escrow and it didn't go through, and I'm just tired of dealing with people.
There you go. We didn't know anything about this call, and we predicted exactly what it was. We went to escrow. It didn't go through. I'm depressed. I'm tired of dealing with people. They all suck. Okay? This is where your opportunity to bring hope to the situation exists.
Yeah, he made it all the way there.
How depressing is that? He made it you know what Laura just said? He made it all the way there. How depressing to get your house under agreement, make it all the way to escrow, and it falls out, and here you have him in a depressed state. You could be the hope. Let's see where it goes, okay?
Yeah, I can understand that, definitely. Well, there's definitely no rush, no pressure, nothing like that.
Okay, wrong tone for a depressed guy. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. You know what I mean? Oh, shoot. Yeah, what a drag. I feel you.
More empathy.
More empathy right there. I feel you. That's a drag. Was there any reason?
Okay.
Was there any reason they walked away? Yeah. Was there any reason it fell apart? Any particular reason? Because Adam is the solution. You follow me? In the back of your head,
yes.
Adam is the solution for this. Let's keep going.
We're going to put together some information and send it out to you. It's going to have, like tips on how to sell it quicker next time. It will have some comparables to show you what has sold in your area, just so you're, up.
In this case, that's a lot of information for him. Because you don't know, you actually, and this is just a training thing. See, there's 7 universal steps or so to selling a property, and he got all the way to the closing, which is the 7th step, and he blew up. Why all the way up there did he blow up? Because what you're sending him has a whole closing section dissertation about how to protect yourself during that time. So we already know where he blew up. And so that's why I'm going to make sure that all of you start attending these campfire calls every other week with me, or you watch the videos of me training those 2 basic things, the buyer and the seller course. Because if you had that infographic up in front of you, you would know that's exactly where he fell apart. Wow, you got almost all the way there.
You got to
Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened. You actually got to step 7 in our plan. Now you begin to refer to it. But this is exactly what we find a lot of, that when we call people, a lot of people got to step 7. Tell me what happened to you in step 7. See where I'm going?
Yes.
He's beginning to hear a professional diagnosis of what went wrong, not a random, oh, we can do this, or we can do that, or we can do better. See, you went all the way back to we can sell it faster. That's not even important in this call. So you see why that's filler here? That's not even important. He's already past that. He was already there. That's not his problem. Okay? Good attempt.
Okay.
Good attempt. And that's just lack of experience, but it's also lack of training. Stay rooted in the 7 steps. Here we go. Let's listen to the rest of it.
To date. but there's no rush, no pressure. I will get that mailed out to you either later today or tomorrow. And then I will give you a call probably just at the end of the week just to make sure that you
all this extra, I'll get it out today or tomorrow. You don't need that. I'll send that out to you. And I'll call you later this week or next week. And I'll call you back to make sure you get it. Something like that. Too much on this call.
Okay.
But I get why you weren't ready from the start. And this is what happens. Now you're not in a rhythm. And this is what out of rhythm sounds like. Still effective. Still effective.
Received it.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Thank you, James. My name is Jessica, and just keep a lookout for that, and then I'll touch base just at the end of the week.
Again, you repeated yourself. You don't need all that anymore, right? So this one is just like editing. Right. Watch. We'll go all the way back to the beginning. Ready? Listen to you be lost in the beginning and why this call takes longer than the rest. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, James.
Yes.
Hi there. This is Jessica from Paradigm Realty. How are you doing?
So you just lost. That's 10 seconds.
Good. How are you?
Good. I was just giving you a quick call because I saw your beautiful house online today and I noticed that it didn't sell. And I wanted to send you out some information that will help you sell it the next time around. And I wanted to see if I had your permission to mail that out to you.
Good recovery?
Sure, you can mail it.
Okay. So is the best address for you the 53197 Monaco Street?
Yes, but I mean, at this time, I don't even thinking about selling it anymore.
Okay. What happened? Was it just because you had it on the market for a while and it didn't sell, or was there a different reason?
That and we took an offer once and we went to escort and it didn't go through, and I'm just tired of dealing with people.
Yeah, I can understand that, definitely. Well, there's definitely no rush, no pressure, nothing like that. We're going to put together some information and send it out to you. It's going to have, like tips on how to sell it quicker next time.
All right, good. We got the point. But I'm making some notes for myself so I can dig into some bigger chunks here. Jessica, what does every small business need out there in the world? A problem to solve. A problem to solve. Every small business, or a big one for that matter, needs a problem to solve. Starbucks on the corner needs the fact that I can't even open my left eyelid because I'm so tired from a long night before work, and I can't think about even where to find a coffee place. So from a convenience standpoint, they're on every corner. From a convenience standpoint, I can tap into my app, pull in, pull out. They solve a major problem for many people, right? This is a major problem financially for most people. It's a big ass problem. Okay. So it needs a real solution. So you got the problem. In general, he couldn't sell. It expired, came off, withdrawn, canceled. Now you come kicking through the door with the most specificity to his situation if he gives it to you. The only reason we stay cloudy or nebulous, well, what are you sending me? Well, I'm sending you the 7 stages that any home seller has to go through in the right order to get their property sold. We're giving it to you. It's our plan. Okay? That's the most general way to talk to them about solving their problem. But, oops. No, it's somebody else today. Yeah, we got a little somebody else with a little Spanish guitar. All right. So the point is, Jessica, if you understand that 7 steps and they give you something, you see what I'm saying? Like everywhere in the process, somebody has had a problem. I mean, the other day, last week, I think we listened to a call. Remember? And they said, yeah, the realtor sucked.
I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that one?
No.
Somebody had a recording of somebody that said, well, what happened? Well, the realtor sucked. Bang. Just said it out loud. It's pretty funny, right? So at the end of the day, okay, great. What did they do? Well, they didn't do any marketing. Boom. What do I have? I have what they think is the problem, which is only one of the 7 places there could be a problem, but I have what's important to them, marketing. Great. Well, the marketing was bad. Actually, that's stage 4 in our 7 stages, the thing that I'm going to send you. But just tell me, what do you think happened with marketing? Well, they weren't on here. They weren't interesting. Well, I'm going to send this out to you, and it will show you not only how marketing fits into the process, but the rest of the process in its entirety, because we feel that you need a whole strategic approach. So let us give that to you. And we threw in some pictures and details of properties that you were competing with that sold, so you can see what the competition was like. Now I sound like I listened to you, which I did.
Yeah.
And now I sound like I personalized it to you because I did, but I never lost my way as a professional.
Yep.
Oh yeah, as a guide, I've seen them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's this one, right? This is coming out. You'll see your problem in there. Lots of people have that same problem. Okay. But you'll see how it fits into everything plus this. I'll call you back to make sure you got it. Period. I'm done. You got it? Sound good?
Got it.
Yeah. You need to send me an email or have Adam send me one, either one. I'm going to make sure you personally have a link to sit there and watch me in front of the whiteboard. It's about 17 minutes a piece for sellers and buyers. Start with the seller one clearly, because those are the calls you're making. And just listen to me walk through in a teaching way those 7 stages and begin to understand it and put up on the wall wherever you make those phone calls, the infographic version of it, so that when you hear them state a problem, you can categorize it so that you recognize
That
it.
will be helpful.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's why we do this training. That's why I wanted you in the hot seat. I don't want anybody hiding, because it's so easy to help you because you are so freaking naturally talented at this. I mean, it was a pleasure to listen to your calls today. Really good. Really good. And that's
Hey,
without
hey, Danny,
all the
can I get that
insights.
too?
Yes, absolutely. You have it. So who's that, Doug?
Yeah, that was Doug.
Dude, on the Teachable site. It's there.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You got it. No sweat. No sweat. All right. Awesome. That was really good. I'm just so proud of all the telemarketers in this group, for stepping up and sending these calls and being, just humble enough to sit here, accept critique. I'm impressed by you all. It's not easy. I know top producers who won't listen to critique, including me at one point in time. Now I listen to everything I can. Right. So, all right, Grant.
Hey, Danny?
Oh, go ahead.
Danny?
Yeah, come on.
Sorry, so this is Adam. I got lost to airport security for about 8 minutes there. I just got back in. Something about sending an email so she has access. But what was that?
To the training for the 7 steps.
Okay, so just send an email for you and Jessica, training 7 steps.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep. You got just CC her, and I'll reply because she doesn't have Teachable site access. So I want to give it directly to her. Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Cool.
You'll have it in a minute.
Have a safe flight.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. All right.
Yes,
GVD, you were kind enough to send me something, yeah? Katie?
yes, sir.
All right. So tell me what we got here. First of all, hello, Edette. Is Edette on with you too?
I am.
Hello,
Hi,
Edette.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. Nice to meet you as well. Thrilled to have
I'm
you
a little
here.
worried.
Yeah. So do we already have a call from you?
Yes, you
Oh.
do.
Oh,
Yep. We have an expired on the market with 2 different agents. They started 400 days ago.
Yep.
Expired. A new agent got 200 days. Expired. We called.
Awesome.
And keep in mind, this is from my first day.
Oh,
okay?
darling, I'm not going to beat you up. I reserve that for Grant. I just beat him up. I've been doing that for some 10 odd years now. He used to be 7 feet tall when he met me. I just keep beating him down until I get it right. I'm going to turn him into a gold nugget when it's all over.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Squeezing.
Here we go. Let's have some fun. Here we go.
Yeah. Hello. Let me think about it.
Hi, is this Mark?
Yes.
Hi, Mark. My name is Adette, and I'm calling you from the Remax in Paradise Valley about your home on Marlette.
Uh-huh.
And I see that it didn't sell. I'd like to send you some information that will help you sell it next time. May I do that?
Yeah. Well, actually, I pulled it off the market, so I'm probably going to keep the house for at least 4 or 5 years. So I'm not
okay.
to sell it now. So anyway.
Okay.
How
Well,
come I got what your number come up as Virginia?
It came up as Virginia?
This guy worked for the
I don't know.
It's 703 number. Are you in Paradise Valley?
Oh, I am in Paradise Valley, so I'll have to check that. It's probably the something with the phone system. I will double check that. But yeah, I've got a 480.
Weird, yeah. Okay. No, I'm probably gonna I think I'm gonna modernize the house and probably stay there for another 4 or 5 years and forget it.
Okay.
So,
now, is that the reason why you think it didn't sell? Is that it needed some updates?
Good. Real good.
Oh, I think there's a lot of reasons to sell, but that's water under the bridge, right? So.
Yeah. Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to send you a strategic plan, and that will put you in a better position to sell your home next time. And in fact, with the information we'll mail you, you'll be able to sell it yourself.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
And
so you're mailing it?
Well, I have the 4201 East Marlette Avenue.
Yeah. Send it over there.
I'll send it over there, and we'll also put some information on homes that sold in your area during the same time your house was listed, so you just have a better idea. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I don't know. I mean that people have very peculiar or very particular tastes, and I'm not sure what.
Yeah, I mean it's a beautiful home from what I can see. So, but I'll get this out to you and then follow up with you sometime in the future. But
sounds good.
Okay. Thank you. You have a wonderful day. Okay.
Wow, lots of good stuff in there for a rookie. I mean, you did it a lot. Yeah. Well, you did it a lot on muscle, which you don't have to do when you get used to sticking to the yellow brick road. But man, are you talented. What's your experience? What's your experience as a telemarketer?
I have about 8 to 10 years experience, but more in the technology field. I do have a lot of real estate background.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can hear how you are with people. That's experience. You're tenacious. You're a fighter with you can slap somebody in the face and make them say thank you. I mean, really, like that's what you did to him. Like he was goofy. He was all over the place. Like he thought he worked for the CIA. He sounded like he'd been drinking. There was a pool party going on. I thought you were calling Hugh Hefner for a minute, right? So it just, I mean, man, were you good with him? Like you really were. Yeah. Hang on. You were really good with him, and a lot of what you've learned already, you were able to throw in there, and it was good. And I think in this case, it was probably necessary. Hey, we got a strategic plan we're sending. You'll help you sell it the next time. And how the heck did you read this guy that well, that fast, that you were able to throw in there? And I just think this is experience that you brought to this position, that you'll be able to sell it yourself. Man, did you stroke this clown's ego right there? It was awesome. Awesome. And I say clown in a loving way because he sounded like he was clowning around in the background. But man, Did you read that right? I was like, that's a 10. She got him. You nailed his ego. You could sell this yourself with this stuff, which is what I say week after week after week is what the thinking is. And there's nothing wrong with explicitly stating it like you did. You nailed it. Really good. Now, who was that? Fahad, you wanted to say something? I don't want to steamroll you.
Yeah.
Sure, buddy.
So I actually just called in now. I've been on the call with underwriters all morning, but so Sherry's on the call as well, and I just I wanted to find out she was mentioning that the training videos on the 7 steps. So what 7 steps were you talking about a little earlier on the call?
Seller plan. The seller plan. There's a video on the Teachable site of me that's downloadable for all the mastermind members.
Yeah.
But if anybody struggles to download it, let me know, and I'll take care of it.
Okay, perfect. So that's what I wanted to find out. So
you got it. You got it. No, it's a good question. Okay. I would love everybody to sit still and watch that dang thing. 17 minutes long. If you're telemarketing and you listen to me teach you for 17 minutes, it'll change the way you do all of this because you'll understand the value in what you're sending them, right? Which is a plan, which is guidance. Ladies?
Yeah, Sherry, are you on here?
Sherry, if you're here, all good? Okay.
Maybe she's muted.
Okay. I don't know. I might have neutered. I might have muted. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah. That's you, GVD. I'm going to neuter you.
It's the number that ends in 7638.
Okay. I don't see it. So I don't think she might have been here, but not anymore. Oh, no. There it is. It is muted. Hang on. How about now?
Unmute her.
How about now?
Sherry, are you there?
Yes.
All right. Ooh, listen to that voice, too. A radio voice, Sherry, huh? A radio voice. I like it. Love it.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let me go back to this before I forget, okay? So, Edad, bravo.
Yep.
Man, what talent. Just be careful to not get it in your head that you're talented and run away with that. Because what that does, talented people tend to run away from a formula because they think, I don't need that anymore, or I don't do that. The worst thing in my career I ever did was not continue to beat on my formula and simplify it, because the hero of the story needs the simplest version of us. They do not need the most talented version of us. See the difference? They are the hero, not us. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I won't. I'll stick with it. So
yeah.
I appreciate it.
Well,
when you said don't do it on muscle, just stay the yellow brick road. That's our script here. Maybe don't. What do you mean? Don't get too wordy. Can ask the right questions.
Look. When anybody gets into the second half of one of these calls, after the introduction, if there's anything that I've learned after 20 freaking years of doing this and more than a couple of Malcolm Gladwell tipping points, I hear the importance of structure in the very first few beats for telemarketers. Man, if you screw that up in the beginning, it's very difficult to recover. Ironically, today we have so many talented people now doing this in this group that they're recovering. They're getting there, but I don't want them to work that hard. I don't want them to burn that many calories, Grant. There's no reason for it. You can do more if you don't burn that many calories. So let's try to find the best way. So that first couple of beats. Hey, Grant, Danny Griffin calling from Griffin Realty Group. The reason I'm calling is because I saw your beautiful house online and I noticed that it didn't sell. So I wanted to send you some information that'll help you sell it the next time. May I do that? Boom, I'm done. I can move through that in such a conversational way and smoothly because it's not hard to remember that essence. And if I know from training that 7 beats in there, that magazine, is going out to them with a starting point that goes a little bit deeper. See, the magazine is the 7 points. It's going out. This is super helpful to them. They can do it on their own, just like she said. Okay. And by the way, to help you do it on your own, we goose it a little bit. We give you a couple pictures and details of properties that were in your price range that sold, so you can see how you stacked up against the competition. That's the first little level of insight that they have to interpret themselves. Okay? That's really what's going out. It's a pre-listing package for all intents and purposes, right? And if someone's really, really smart, they might be able to figure it out themselves, but we know better because this is super complicated. As much as we've simplified it, it's complicated. So you have to believe all that is in that package and understand that all that is in that package. So you believe in the value of it. You're not just repeating these words. So that in those first 4 beats, you're thinking that, my gosh, here's the hero. He picked up the phone. Thank goodness. Here you are. Hey, Grant, it's Danny Griffin calling from Griffin Realty Group. The reason I'm calling is I saw this beautiful house online that you own here, and I noticed that the thing didn't sell. So I wanted to send you some information to help you sell it the next time. May I do that? It's real. That's a real conversation, but it's scripted. It's scripted.
Yeah.
And it's scripted because you have to get across the point. Look I can't remember who, I want to give credit where credit's due. Who was the one? I think it was, Passion. Well, you're the 34th call, but capital B-U-T, I like your approach. She's never done this before. So it goes to show you that when you use a formula, no matter who you are, no matter what the competition is, most people have quit on expireds long ago. Why? Because everybody closed them, right? Who's everybody? Who's everybody? A bunch of people that have never given it any thought, that think they can say weird NLP things to somebody. Now, some of that does work for real good savant salespeople who are just flat out talented. And the truth is they get on the phone, and if you listen to them, they're just relentless and they're just talented. I'm not interested in talented. Talented takes too long. It does not grow a business, and you cannot teach it easily. You should be able to teach this easily, as we have proven in the last 30 to 60 days here with all these new people. Man, I haven't heard a bad call, but I hear we need to put us back in the guardrails a little bit. So the first beat gets you home. And your job, if you have a task, is to get permission to mail this as often as you can. Real permission by doing it correctly. Then, Grant, it's that second half where, although talent is on display, we still need to look for something formulaic. And when I listen to this again, here's what I said. You could say this for all you salespeople, by the way, that are in the field with buyers. I think I'm going to wait. Why? Did your plans change? Did your plans change is the most logical question you can ask somebody to bring them back to zero-based thinking. Why did I do this to begin with? You have to reconnect people with why they do this. And you can't change that if there's not a real why. I got to have a real reason to move. So if she had just asked this guy, when he went off, well, I don't think I'm going to do it again. And because, he's a guy that just can listen to him for 30 seconds. I got 5 kids. He sounds like one of them. You're not listening to me. You want to do your thing. You're like the incorrigible kid, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to, I got a couple kids that talk like that. Right. So on occasion till I beat them. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I said that publicly online too. That's it. DSS will be at my door. Good, you can have them. Come to think of it. So here's the point, right? The point is this, is that did your plans change brings you back to zero-based thinking. Well, wait a minute. Did your plans change? I mean, there was a reason to go through this. You went through it for 200 days, then 200 days again, and then you just woke up and now you're saying I'm going to stay for 5 years? Whoa, that's a big change in plans.
Yeah, I feel like there was something he was not saying about what happened, the problem.
Well, it's a lot of things, including me, is what I wanted to scream at him. You're the problem. I can hear it. You're the problem. You're not taking your realtor seriously. You didn't listen. Something's not right about your communication. And nobody's bold enough to grab you by the lapels and say, whoa, hold on. Did your plans change? Why were you trying to do this? Because I don't want you to give up hope. See, Grant, that's the second half of this call. As all these telemarketers get good, you go in deeper with them that way. So when Chris Egan was talking about going in deeper, there's where you go. Ladies, I'm turning you loose, right? I'm turning you loose. Go in deeper with these people. Say, did your plans change? Where are you going? Oh, don't you still want to go? I mean, that sounds fantastic. What did we just talk about in marketing? It's up on the board behind me here, right? Yeah. What did I say? It's a story of transformation. You did this because you were trying to transform into another phase of life.
Yep.
Did that stop? This is that big of a deal. The other guy too. Remember the other guy with Jessica? Mm-hmm. I'm sick of people. Yeah, well, wait a minute. So did you give up on your dream? Where were you trying to go? Where were you hoping to go? Don't give up on hope like that. I've got a plan. I have a plan. You can do this without me. Let me have it. See, so I'm being dramatic here to get this into everybody's psychology, that we have to be dramatically involved, believing that we truly can help these people in order to be attached to our own guidance. See, what you realize today here, listening to this, we're not attached to the value of our own guidance. See, a lot of people are looking for these weird, bizarre, unique selling proposition taglines. Why? Why, I ask? I'm not saying that somewhere in a microcosm of the world, it's not relevant in a moment, right? But what I'm saying is we just keep missing. We're not listening to these people. We're not listening to these guys today. Ladies, did you get that from this call today? You're not listening fully to them, deeply to them, caring for them. What was missing is why I think women are better at this job anyway. Empathy. Get in there with your empathy for these people. Get in there with them. So when you don't dig deeper, go deeper. Don't dig deeper, go deeper. Don't dig deeper, go deeper with empathy, with empathy, with empathy. Got it? That's a big takeaway here. All you outside sales agents, it's the same thing when somebody's in the field freaking out. I don't know. That deal just blew up and I just can't take this. Whoa, let's take a breath. Okay. What has you stressed out? because you got all the way to making an offer into this negotiation phase. You came close to being able to transform into this location that you wanted. This is what you wanted, yes?
Yeah.
Is this still what you want? Right? Did that change? I said that to one of my clients the other day. You have to tell me that if we go down to realistic and conservative for yours, you net enough, you pay off enough, and you buy this at this, and your payment is there. Do you feel positive when you arrive there in your mind as I say that? Yes, good, make the offer and lower your price. Boom. Because that's zero base. I'm bringing them back to what's important to them. Why the heck am I guiding you up Mount Everest? Because I've got to go the distance. I've got to achieve something in my life before I die. Good, then take a breath. We're going to go back down to base camp. We're going to put some fresh socks on and some underwear, right? Because you got a little nervous when you saw the edge, right? And we're going to go again, right? Okay. Everybody paying attention? I have to get animated because I know I lose you on Labor Day weekend. All right, questions. I'll go a little bonus time there because I went deeper so people wouldn't miss that transition. Grant, got it? One beat, very scripted. Yep. Get the yes to the.
Oh, did we have questions on the? I thought we had a question on the tracker sheet.
Okay.
Of course, my computer's not. Sorry.
All right, that's Grant, it's a technical question. Ask me offline. Let's keep it salesy for the last few minutes. I'll help you with the technical question. You can call me.
Okay.
All right. Any outside salespeople like Andy? I know you're here. Or any or my principals? Anybody have a challenge in the field that relates to this that they want to discuss? Okay. By the way, I will compliment all of these new telemarketers being effective. If I have principals on here and you're listening to new people come into our business being effective and you're not getting on the phone and doing the same, scratch your own head as you look in the mirror and say, what is wrong with me? Because these are people having really easy conversations because they're following a better plan. So you got to ask yourself, why not me? All right, last call.
Yep.
Hearing none, go have a fabulous weekend. Appreciate y'all being here. Ladies, you guys rocked today. That was really good. Jessica, Edette, just bravo. Talented ladies. Yep. Let's keep this rolling, okay? Bring me more. And everybody who hasn't seen me talk through, at least on the sales side, the 7 points that's in this group, there's a whole teaching video about that so that you can really make it your own. All right? Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
You bet. You're welcome. See you, Facebook.